Hi, I'm Tila Faye, and I'm actually in Zermatt, Switzerland right now. Maybe you see the Alps behind me. But the vlog about the hills of Tara and Newgrange was taken some weeks ago when I was in Ireland. It's taken me a while to actually get the nerve to upload it. It was my first vlog that I've ever filmed and the first time actually filming on my phone. So the vlog is definitely like me uncensored, and I was a little bit self-conscious about that because I do swear some, and there's sometimes where I'm actually kind of repetitive and, you know, just being me essentially. And there's also times where I was not very mindful with filming with my phone, and there's sometimes where it's actually vertical and sometimes it's horizontal, and I know that can be kind of annoying. So if you really want to see me as me, I just decided to actually upload and edit the video because Hills of Tara and Newgrange meant so much to me, and meant so much to me as being the witch Wanderess that I call myself. So without further ado, here is the actual video. So here I am at the Hills of Tara, and behind me, sorry, figuring out how to do this on my phone. Okay. Hawthorn bush behind me is called like the rag bush. So basically druids put prayers upon this hawthorn bush here at the Hills of Tara, and that's what I'm going to do. Upon this hawthorn tree, you see there's ribbons and prayer beads and actual prayers. So yeah, this is a really beautiful tree. Oh, okay, time to put my prayer on it. And there is a little prayer that I attached to the hawthorn tree. This is such a beautiful place. And of course I'm not surprised by the dozens of crows here. Just absolutely giddy just to be here. It's so beautiful. Okay, let's see if you can see it. I would say the energy here is really quiet. Like if you were to approach like a quiet person, like an old quiet person, right? And they wouldn't talk to you at first, but maybe if you sat and asked them questions, they would reveal so much and so much knowledge. I really wish I had more time here. There are so many crows here. I'm so excited. Like, you know, because usually there's more than just like crows when there's birds. And I think I hear like some other birds, like smaller birds, but I don't see them because here it's just been, you know, dozens and dozens of crows. And of course I'm not surprised. So many hawthorn trees here too. Oh, there's so many. They're just flying everywhere. Everywhere. Absolutely everywhere. It's beautiful. I'm so happy. Oh, I wish I could stay here so much longer, but I can't. Damn doors. Right. So my time here at the Hills of Tara is coming to close. I'm so sad. I kind of hate being on a tour bus. So everyone went to the church, and of course I was a little druid running around in the hills. I think everyone knows. Yeah, I feel like that's the druid that's on our fucking tour. And I love all the crows. And yes, like I was saying, that usually when you see crows, you know, you see other birds, but there's predominantly crows here. And crows know a good place. They didn't take us to this. And I'm really mad. Why didn't they take us to this? But yeah, this is what it looks like from above. This is like where they would take the chariots up this way to the hill. And that's an aerial view. So, I'm at Newgrange, Sacred Monument. It is known for the quartz wall. So, I'm at the Temple of Newgrange. It's known for, well, of course, like the quartz, but also the winter solstice. So, it's in the north part of Ireland, and not the actual border crossing what is now known as Northern Ireland. But, so on the winter solstice, the shortest day of the year, the sun shines into this monument right there. And this place was actually like uncovered for thousands of years because the local people had lots of, oh look at this, look, do you see that? Beautiful shit. But anyways, so what was I saying? Yes, so this place was uncovered for about 4,000 years because what the tour guide said is that people were very system about this place because it was known there's so many butterflies here. Look at that. But anyways, sorcerers would come here on the winter solstice, and I'm not surprised by that because the Morrigan, the winter solstice is kind of like her day, and there's the very first symbol, so the Triskelion, which is kind of like the symbol of the Morrigan, and so yeah, the quartz, you see the white rock, so that was actually built like more recently, but when they uncovered this site about 60 years ago, all the quartz had like fallen like down and around, and they had built it back up. But what I really like are these like big stones. You see these big stones? I think they're pretty cool. And that big stone right there. Yeah. But yeah, I'm gonna pull a tarot card because unfortunately I can't stay here long enough to really soak up the energy and really like and meditate here, which I would love to do because I wasn't able to get a car, so I had to like be a part of like a tour bus group, and I hate being a tourist. I really do. I hate like because I really just spend my time in places, and like tours are just like go, and it's just like they're annoying, really annoying. You know what? I think I'm gonna pull a tarot card. See what this place has to say to me. Because unfortunately I can't stay here long because I'm with like a tour bus. It's really annoying. I don't really like to be on tour buses with a bunch of people. It's just, I hate being touristy. I really do. So yeah, I'm just sitting on the ground. But yeah, I pulled the Daughter of Pentacles and this, and I actually have to go inside right now. So I will come back and make a little bit more of a video about these two cards and what the symbolism is of pulling them here at Newgrange. Alright, bye-bye. So I just came out of the inside of Newgrange. I wasn't able to take photos or film inside. It was quite an experience. Quite an experience. It was like, I definitely like felt like a rush of energy, like spiraling energy like through my heart and like right here. For some reason it really tasted like copper, like the air tasted like copper. Walking around the edge of it, there's supposed to be symbols that are kind of like inscripted on here. But so more about like the inside of it. It was very narrow and it was kind of like low ceiling, but I'm pretty short, so I didn't really have to like bend over too far to get through it. So anyways, like when the winter sun comes in for the winter solstice, it makes like a shape of like a dagger throughout the entire temple. Ooh, here's a symbol. I like that one. You see it? You can kind of see like the triangles and you see the spirals. So these spirals right here, it's like the equinox. So you have the autumn equinox and the spring equinox. And then there's like a little double triangle right there. Hopefully you got to see that. So anyways, the sun comes in through the temple like a dagger. Like a very long broadsword. Which I think is very interesting. And there's like this huge bowl on the side. So, okay, so if you see, this thing is kind of built like a beehive on the inside. And the very top is a diamond shape. And it coordinates with the cardinal directions. So on, like I was saying, like on the east side of the temple is like this big bowl, and they theorize that women gave birth there, or that they used it for ritual or cremation. Here's some more symbols. You see that? That's pretty cool. Pretty cool. Alright. So it's really hard to get an energy reading when there's so many people. Because, you know, it's like I have to like suss out like other people's energy. And since I was like claustrophobic, a lot of people were kind of like scared. But it was very beautiful when they turned the lights off and they mimicked what the sun's path during the equinox. And that was a really beautiful moment, and I was happy to meet a few other pagans, so that was quite a nice moment. And I feel a little bit closer to Mother Morgan. I'm so sad to leave this place. There's a lot of ravens here too. Why am I not surprised? But unlike the hills of Tara, there was actually some white birds along with the ravens, so I don't know what the white birds are. I don't know if you can hear the crows. So another reason why I kind of delayed in actually uploading the video is because the tarot reading that I actually did at Newgrange turned out to be much more personal, but I think I really had wanted to do a tarot reading for people that are watching, but it ended up being really for me personally, and I think that's just because I was kind of rushed in that moment, and I really did want to, you know, pull some tarot cards, but I was kind of like rushed because I was with the tour group, and I wasn't really focusing, so I basically just shuffled, and I'm like, whatever happens, happens, you know? And so these are the two cards that I pulled at Newgrange, and this one is a Three of Wands. So this one actually reminds me of Newgrange after going to it. Like, the world within Newgrange was definitely very different than the world without outside of it. I really wish I had the opportunity to film it, but this is kind of like seen as the framework, and I really think that's true because the Morrigan was a huge part of framing who I am as a witch, and definitely as a shaman as well. I am half Irish, so there's a very big part of my heritage that lends to the Morrigan, and my middle name being Faye, and the Morrigan being basically the queen of the Fae, queen of the witches in a way. I actually knew about the Morrigan or she had kind of came into my life when I was about 12 through a book, because I was reading about the Arthurian legends and Morgan Le Fay, and then I kind of like delved deeper into who Morgan Le Fay was, and it turned out, you know, just kind of like the Morrigan. But I didn't fully embrace the Morrigan until I was safely somewhere where I can practice openly, but she still really framed me and built me up to who I am today, and that is why Newgrange was so special to me. I'm trying not to get teary-eyed right now. As far as the Daughter of the Pentacles, I kind of see this as like shamanic in a way, because the deer is like definitely an animal that I journey with very often, and the rainbow, you see the rainbow with the pentacle, I kind of see that as like going into the higher world, which is one of the dimensions of the shamans regularly walk. But as far as this, there was like a moment in the temple that I had after they turned off all the lights, and they mimicked what the solstice sun looked like. And I was standing next to an older pagan woman, and she said, all life is eternal, the beginning and the end. And she said it with like in such a way that kind of like brought tears to my eyes. It was like a very beautiful moment for me. And I felt that a lot of other people weren't comfortable with it because there was only maybe like 3 pagans in a group of about 25 or so. And I think this card is basically telling me about that I don't necessarily have to remake this pilgrimage, that moment will always be within me, and that I can basically travel to Newgrange without physically traveling there, that I can be there like with just in nature and be there at Newgrange simultaneously, because a lot of like pagan temples are now just kind of just tourist attractions or people that are just really interested in the archaeology of it, but they kind of simultaneously downgrade the pagans that actually worship there. Maybe you saw in the video at the museum, it said that these motifs were done by people that, so like I was saying, in the museum they said that the motifs were just done by people in altered states of consciousness, and I feel that this kind of diminishes what those motifs and what those symbols really meant and still mean to a lot of people today, especially like the Triskelion, and just to say that, oh, it was just high people on mushrooms just drawing, and I kind of found that like just quite rude. Like, people wouldn't say that about the cross or the Om symbol. People wouldn't say that, you know. So they just downgrade and diminish and kind of laugh at the intelligence of people that lived 6,000 years ago. So what is the purpose of going to a place, going to a temple, only to have people just absolutely downgrade it and say that, and people that just don't even really respect the site just kind of see it as interesting as far as just the history, but at the same time just disrespecting the people that actually built it and actually worshiped there and had a whole livelihood around that place. So thank you for watching. Peace and blessings to you all. Thank you again.